everyone. Ohio Bobcat, MAC champs. We have quarterback Parker Navarro, defensive end Brad Weaver, and kicker Gianni Spetic. Yeah, we can go to questions right away. Just please raise your hand and then give me your affiliation.
Eric Becker with the Athens Messenger. Parker, for you, obviously you were a part of the team in 22, not as involved. What is it just mean for you right now to be sitting here as the first quarterback in Ohio to lead a no-NAC title in over 50 years?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything, and first off, I want to thank the great Lord up above, for this team, for everything that He's given me, for the general grace that He gives everybody, and just His continuous blessing. God is so good, despite us winning, so good in so many ways. And, being on that team, like you said, not really, being injured that year, but to be able to come back and play a role, just means the world to me.
Parker, have you heard what happened on game day today yet?
No.
Timothy Chalamet had some really high praise for you, and you didn't let him down today. So you haven't heard about that? Any word to the people who picked Ohio to win this game today?
That picked Ohio to win?
Yeah.
Thank you. You did it.
Andrew Bobby at WAB. For any of you guys, obviously there's a lot of doubt coming into this season from the outside. Now you guys are MAC champions. What does it feel like to bring a title back to a school that hasn't happened in a long time?
Yeah, I mean, for me coming back was great. I think it's great. We got a lot of hate going into the season. We're not going to be very good. We lost a lot of seniors here. A lot of guys went to the next level. That's just a lot of stuff on the media. But Coach Albin did a great job building the team chemistry, building that culture, and that's what stuck us together through the rest of the season.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. This could be for any of you again. You talk about the culture that Coach Albin has been able to establish in Ohio. During that celebration, you guys are chanting 10 wins in. Just what do you guys have to say just about him as a coach and as a leader?
Yeah, I mean, he is a great leader of men, and I think that all of those players in that locker room want to play for him. And we know how much he cares. And I mean, I can tell you, for me as a player, I just want to go out there and give him my all because he supports me so much. He supports his team so much. And so, I'm sure he hates the accolades, but, we love to give it to him because he's a great coach. That's why he's the coach of the year. So, love Coach Albin.
Gianni, you've been great all year, but tonight you hit your longest hit of the year, 3 yards. Just what were you thinking before taking that big kick at the game?
Earlier my PATs were looking that good, and I was a little nervous going out there, and especially someone we only had 10 guys out there that had to wait, and I was kind of just rushing and didn't I was nervous just because I don't know if I had that much time to breathe and whatever, but I kind of just went out there, kind of didn't everything blanked out, and I kind of just did it.
Brad, you guys obviously struggled last time you guys played Miami, and today it seemed like you guys were in the backfield almost every play. Just what were you guys seeing out there?
I think it started up front. I think across the whole defense, the things that we prepared this week was physicality and preparation. Those are the two things that we worked on all week. So every single day, we worked on our physicality and how we prepare for practice every single day. We watched that first game of Miami, and we just man, we look really soft, and that was our softest game of the entire year, and it showed it on film. We're not going to let that, after that, throughout game in and game out, we're not going to be the softest team. And coming to this game, we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to play fast and aggressive.
Bradley, you've been one of the guys who's been here for the long haul, and especially as an in-state kid. What does this mean, just bringing this title back to Athens and Ohio for you?
Yeah, I mean, this means everything for me. Come being here in 22 and losing then, that I was in tears after that game. So coming back, it means everything for me, my teammates. I can't take any of this credit. I owe it to my team, my coaches. We did it together as a unit. And then being from Ohio, I think we represent Ohio out here. And I wear that big name on the chest, Ohio, and that's who I represent.
Grant Keeper at WAB, and
You know, the game itself, playing against a familiar opponent and 101st meeting in this rivalry. I know a lot of you guys don't like Miami. Just did that really add any extra motivation in, you know, being able to get this one done? For any of y'all.
Yeah, I mean, for me, on the defensive side of things, yes, I think definitely cranked us up a notch on how our physicality, our preparation, watching film. We had guys coming in early to watch film every single day. And then our physicality, you know, one of our base rules is we don't wear red around the facility, and so every time we see red, you know, you get either start talking to, or you gotta take that off. So
Brad will enforce that.
yeah, I will enforce that. So you know, I think that was a big part of it.
Obviously, you guys were all voted offensive, defensive, and special teams players respectively. How special is that to you guys after all the work you've put in over the last year, just to kind of get that recognition in a game like this?
I can say it means a lot to me, you know, just having, you know, it doesn't just, you know, involve me, it involves, you know, my line, Jack, my holder, Kobe, my snapper, and, you know, all year they've been on point. You know, I don't think I've got one bad hold from Jack and one bad hold from Kobe. And, you know, just the line, they've been there every game, protecting me, and, you know, can't do without those guys.
I second that.
Congratulations, gentlemen, on your victory today. You're coming down to Orlando and you're going to take on a tough Conference USA opponent, Jacksonville State. They, you know, long win streak going on. What's your mindset going into that game as you head down to Orlando?
Yeah, and I think it's enjoy this one for sure. You know, we got one more season not done, so back to work, back to practice. You know, we'll watch the film on them. We'll see what they can do and where we can attack them.
During Miami's winning streak coming into today, they were averaging 32 points per game, only giving up 13. You guys scored 31, only give up 3. You talked about earlier in the week executing how important that was. How do you guys feel you did that today? Obviously, winning by such a large score.
Yeah, I thought the offense came out sharp, and the defense was just getting stops. And you have that combination. You know, I think we do what we did today, which is score a lot of points and allow very little.
Parker, for you, all day it seemed impossible for Miami to jump around. Obviously, the shuttle to Tyson, or to Titus, excuse me, and just all day you were scrambling. Just what went into that? What were you seeing out there? How were you feeling?
Yeah, you know, the prayer that I had before this game was, Lord, just let me play free. You know, take all the chains off. And you know, I think I saw what I saw out there. That's part of my my strength, and just extending plays and scrambling around, having fun. So I thought just as a product of just playing loose, you know, playing free.
You guys have any plans on how you're going to celebrate this event?
Yeah, I'll be going back to my apartment and hanging out. Nothing crazy. Not a big party guy, but these guys might have something to do.
Yeah, I had a little cool pep talk for my guys on the defense. Every Thursday we have a little defense meeting with no coaches. Last year I don't think we did a great job at the hotel, or not last year, but 2 years ago we didn't do a great job at the hotel with our walkthrough, with just our mental preparation. We were just, you know, we kind of already thought we had it in the bag. I think we kind of just, you know, we started celebrating a little bit too soon. And when I told my guys in that D meeting room at the end of the film, I was like, hey, like, we're locked in. This is a business trip. Until that clock hits 0 across the board, you know, then we're not celebrating. I said, on that bus ride home, I said, you bring yourself a nice bottle for the bus ride home, because that bus ride home is going to be it's going to be a movie. It's going to be great.
I know you guys just found out about the bowl game, but Parker, for you, the Cure Bowl's at UCF Stadium, where it all began for you. Does that add any more motivation?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. You know, I still have friends down there, so I'm going to love to see some old teammates. Yeah, playing on that field in Bounce House, where it all started, I think it'll be a little nostalgic, but I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
Anything further for the student athletes? Thanks, Pastor.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Does it count?
I don't think you know.
Okay. No, I had covered it last year. Said, "Oh, that game's a UCF stadium." Like, you'll love it. It was like,
Oh, it is, yeah. Well, the renovations came out really nice.
Really? Okay. No, we'll be there for that. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I was just, we just said that. I know.
Good. I won't use that one yet. I won't use that one.
That wasn't a good.
Thank you.
I realize like halfway through the Central Avenue and going interstate really. Thank you very much.
Brought the juice to that tonight.
All right, everyone. Congrats, Coach. Coach Tim Albin. Coach, if you could start with an opening statement and we'll take questions, that'd be great.
Thank you for being here. Historic night. Could not be prouder of the program, the coaching staff, and administration. It's my sixth trip here, and there's so many people involved in that. Frank Solich, Director Cromer, President Gonzalez. This football team jumped on the shoulders of Bobcat Nation, former players, and it was my 36th year of coaching, 20 years here, with the best 4 quarters of football I've ever seen. It was from start to finish, and wow, right? I should have started with this, but I want to congratulate Chuck Martin and his staff on their season. He got my vote for Coach of the Year. I picked him to win the whole thing in the preseason. He does it the right way. Both teams, tremendous sportsmanship, and that's important. I applaud our commissioner in the letter that he had sent last week, and you got a big rival game, 2 great fan bases, college football at its finest, 2 best defenses, the 2 best quarterbacks, the 2 best offensive line, and did it the right way today. So, with that, I'll open up for questions.
Eric Beck with the Athletic Messenger, Coach. You're one throughout the year to kind of bring up the tradition in the history of Ohio and its program. Never before you showed up after 2 straight 10-win seasons. Now you just clinched the 3rd. Statistically, you're off to the best start in school history, and now you've accomplished something that Frank and even wasn't able to do. What does that just mean to you, having that come to realization?
I'll reflect on it at some point in time. You know, obviously Coach Solich and what he means to this university and what he started, and for that to happen, I'm very humbled, Rick and I. But really, this is great for our fan base tonight. Get this thing done. And then Tom Davis and his wife, he was 18 years old at Bowling Green. They were on a date. She was a Bowling Green grad. He's at OU, ran track with the last time they won a championship. One of our board of directors said that we hadn't landed on the moon since the last championship. All right? And so it's really, really cool. Again, so many people have made this possible. Those players in that locker room and this coaching staff believed. I did this after the Ball State game. I just had a feeling. And this team has been focused. And for them to go out today and play as well as they did makes it that much more special.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. Coach, you've talked about all the guys you've worked with before, all the players that you've worked with in the last couple of years. Just what is your message to all those players that came up just short in the MAC championship?
We did it, and I know they're happy. I mean, I saw so many, coming up on the field, in the stands, and I looked every one of them and I hugged them and said, "You're a part of this." Jerry Godowski, Kevin Leitner, Pete Germano, Ron Collins, Brian Haynes, just to mention a few staff members, Fred Reed, that have helped build this thing. And for me to be at the helm, again, I'm at a loss for words and trying to hold it together here, but I just know it's going to be a heck of a time in Court Street tonight. Because we're coming. And I want the details on that. Schulze, we are
College Green.
College Green, there we go, I apologize. College Green, there's going to be some fans there. They're going to let us know how close the buses get there. We're going to park up around the library, and we're going to walk and have some big, we're going to have a party.
Andrew Bowlby, Coach, I saw you after the game. You got a picture with your family. How special is it to have them? No in attendance while watching you win the first title.
That's gonna make for one heck of a Christmas card. I know that. But it's been a tough year. You know, I lost my mom. My brother's here tonight. My big brother, my hero, and I had a grandson. You know, it's been unbelievable. My wife, she's the real head coach. Behind every successful man is a surprise woman. I surprised her tonight. But she's done an unbelievable job building our family, and all of those coaches' wives now. All the sacrifices they make to let their husbands pour their heart and soul into the hearts of these players. And I told them at the hotel, you know, trust your teammates, trust your training. I'm proud of you, and I'm damn proud to be your football coach. And they got on those buses with purpose and on a mission.
Greg Kiefer, WAV. All season you've said you'll play your best game when you don't have any turnovers. That happened today.
Yes, it did, and it's been frustrating. Against Ball State, we were about, I think it was maybe, I know the second half, we hadn't gotten any. And I popped off on the headphones and said, we're going to get through this game without a turnover. As soon as I said it, we had one. I mean, and I got a stern talking to from the entire offensive staff. They were ripping my tail. Because all right, and so, but I really kind of smiled. I said, good, we're going to win the game. It's going to happen next week in Detroit. And it did. I really smiled because I thought that's great. It's going to hit for us, and it did.
Barry Goldel, Signals Committee. Coach, you have a pretty short turnaround for Jacksonville State. Have you or your staff done any advanced scouting as a possible team you're playing? And if not, how much time do your players going to get to rest before you got to get to work? We have formulated a plan on the 18th and the 20th, but we are headed to the Cure Bowl on the 20th. Our commissioner announced that to our team. I think you may have heard the roar. We are in finals this week. So Miss Emily, we're going to be leaning heavily on her. We have recovery meal and treatment tomorrow, and she's going to get in there and get after them we got to flip the switch and get back on academics because they've been focused on this week. So it's going to be a big week. We're going to have to get going on film and get prepared. We'll be leaving probably, I guess, Sunday or so to head south.
Coach, you guys scored touchdowns on the first 4 possessions of the day, scoring the first 5. What was just working so well offensively? What was Coach Smith just doing to be able to scheme open people?
Had a great game plan. You know, the biggest thing glaring from the first time we played, we were on schedule today. You know, in the first matchup, we were off schedule. And again, Coach Martin does an unbelievable job. All right, I mean, I hired 2 of his coaches. We've had to change some things on how we development and recruitment because the bar he has raised in our league, and they thrive defensively off getting you off schedule, get you to 3rd down and long, and get after your quarterback. And so the running game was huge. You know, there was some good chess matches going on in the first half. Both quarterbacks were at the line of scrimmage with doing a fair amount of audibling. You know, and we were over communicating, but we were able to stay on schedule. We got a couple breaks. You don't drop 2. We dropped 2 snaps and they will pick them up and make yards both times. You know, so that doesn't happen a lot. You know, but we made our breaks today. You know, I don't. Yeah.
And kind of adding on to that, Parker obviously responsible for 4 touchdowns in the win, especially with the development over how long he's been at Ohio. What was it like to see him have this sort of game today?
I'm very happy for him. He's a great Christian man. And I've talked about his toughness and how gritty he is and how your football team can take on the personality of your quarterback. This football team certainly does. I'm just so happy for him, all the guys, of course. But he's been player of the week 4 out of the last 5 weeks, and right, he's player of the game. He creates with his feet. Brian's done a good job of designing some runs with him at the right times. Just enough wrinkles to keep the defense off balance. But he executed very well tonight. He really did.
Trying to throw the post. Just how happy are you for guys that spent all 5 years here, like Roman, Parker, Texas, Christoph? Just how happy and proud of you?
Jeremiah Wood, yeah. I mean, those guys chose to stay, and I thanked them. They know it. Really, it's so self-rewarding. To top it off, I would be telling you the same things right now had we lost the game. I would not change one word. Because I mean, these guys, it's not what they do. All right. I mean, it's what they do. It's not who they are. All right. And if we wouldn't have gone our way, and I would have been sitting here 6 times and I won, when I'm telling you right now, my head would be up. Now, and I'm telling them just what I'm telling you right now, because I mean, we build champions. The championships will come. That's the kind of thing we say, and we were able to get it done today.
And then, obviously, you mentioned the offensive turnaround for the first game. What do you think went into the turnaround defense as people come on the roll under 3 points?
Sarah gave me a couple stats. I think this is the first championship game that was not a touchdown scored. Is that right? And what was the other one?
35 points is the largest margin of victory.
35 points. Okay, so and for that to happen, you got to have, you have to have a good day. A lot of areas, and we certainly had it.
You said numerous times since the first meeting that Miami got after you. Also going back to last year.
Yeah.
What was it like watching the team get after them?
Yeah. Again, they have beaten us fair and square, at our place last year, and then they won this year. And they have beaten us in a fashion that was similar to tonight, And again, I tip my hat to Chuck and his staff each time. They deserve to win the football game. So we didn't make a big deal of it with our team. We weren't using it as motivation. It was just, hey, let's do what we've been doing. We had a great November. Let's carry it on to December. And it was a slow build. It's a slow build. My message really for the last 2 weeks has been, amen, 2 things never has an off day. And that is preparation and physicality. They don't have off days. You're going to be off a little bit. You're going to drop some passes, and you're going to have some off days. But and then at the hotel, I say, okay, we did the preparation. Now let's go be physical, And we pushed them around a little bit.
Coach, starting at the end of the first quarter and then into the second quarter, you guys had a 10-minute drive in there, and you only had Miami's offense on the field for a little over a minute. How important was that second quarter to building towards what ended up being a pretty lopsided score?
Yeah, it was the last. Coach Martin called timeout and I'm going to try to get the ball back. And we converted the first down, and I said, let's get put on the gas, and we were able to get some points. I don't think anybody in the country is better than we are on the last possession of a first half. I don't think there is. I mean, I don't know how you keep the stat, but I know we've been pretty darn good, on the last possession. And then the challenge at halftime was, hey, we learned from the Central Michigan game. All right, got up big. They're a prideful program. A good team's not going to stay down. So I said, hey, look, they're the champion. And to be a champion, we got to beat the champion. They're not going to stay down. And we had to make sure that we could come out fast and hard. We had the ball. And to me, we set the tone by getting that touchdown and the opening drive of the third quarter. That really, I was ready to take my headphones off and start eating popcorn. And we weren't feeling no pressure. We were applying it. And that's how the game played out.
Coach, can you just take me through just the emotion and what's going through your head when you're holding that trophy at the end of the game while your guys are surrounding you?
It hasn't sunk in, but there'll be some. There was tears on the sideline. There was tears last night. 20 years, and I told the staff, we have a staff meeting on every Thursday at 10 o'clock. And just get them confident. And we're going to get that trophy and we're going to hold it up. I'm not raising that thing over my head without you guys in the picture. I was fortunate enough to win a national championship in 1999 with 2 full-time coaches and myself. And I didn't hold that one up. I was no way I'm holding that trophy by myself. Because those guys deserve all of this. And Director Cromer's helped me put together an unbelievable staff. And so, pretty special. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
See you on 4th Street.